What up, this is Cook Classics and I am Hip Hop Official's Artist of the Week. I basically got into making music in college. I'm from New York. A friend of mine back home got into making beats when I was like 19 or so, and for some reason just the idea of it really appealed to me, so like I got a bootleg version of Reason 2.5, only like half the shit even worked on there, and just started doing that. Kind of just got hooked with it, and I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. I got into hip hop with like A Tribe Called Quest, Far Side, The Roots, Biggie. I mean, I love hip hop. Right now I make a lot of different stuff. Like I make some pop, R&B, soul, some kind of progressive left, weird type of shit, but it all came from hip hop, sampling. I think all my music is very musical. I record a lot of live musicians. I'm big into melody and making full songs. I mean, there's not one way that I do my drums every time. Like, you're not gonna hear a track and be like, that's a Cook track because of like a Primo track. Like, you recognize his drums. I wouldn't say that I have a definitive style, which I guess that would be what my thing is that my versatility. Because I really want to produce, not just make beats. Like, a lot of people make beats. I really want to produce records and albums and take an artist's idea and bring it to life and really make it what it needs to be by adding the right musician or adding the right mix or touches or whatever, you know? Originally, when I first moved out to LA, my roommate and I wanted to start a production company. His name is Greg, my name is Will. So we had Grilled Media, you know, Greg and Will is grill. So we had this whole like culinary theme going, which is where the Cook came from. The Cook Classics is my production company, and it just sounded like a good way to present yourself. It's pretty arrogant, but a lot of music and hip hop is pretty arrogant to begin with, which I've learned a lot of it out here too, especially in LA. But in the entertainment industry is making yourself bigger than you really are. And then, you know, hopefully people, they see you, they think that you are at that level, and then in the process, you get to that level. Like the first job that I got, engineering, like I didn't know that I was doing, really. And I kind of just faked it and learned it on the job by like opening old sessions and basically just faking it until I really learned what I was doing. I don't know if that's messed up in any way, but you know, it's kind of what you got to do if you want to get to a certain point. I released an album in Japan with the homie Naive called The Way With Words in the summertime, and that's just Japan exclusive, so it's not really over here. I've had, you know, placements on different things, but not like my own full projects. But this Vimby mixtape is really gonna be my first thing in a little while that's all my music, you know, like it's my project. Mario up at Vimby, he hit me up and he wanted me to do like a third of the tracks on it originally, which was cool, and then it kind of just turned into me doing all the tracks on it somehow. Like, we're calling it a mixtape because it's a collection of songs and we're not selling it, so it's not an album. But when I do an actual album, like, it's gonna have more of a cohesive theme throughout it. So it's definitely my baby, each of the tracks, but it's not like my first child. You know, it's like my second child. I don't know. Is that you love your second child less than your first child?